Thank you, Kelly and Yang. Hello, I'm Becca. I do use phone and digital media like Kelly and Yang do pretty much every day to communicate. We can almost go an entire day without actually interacting with people in today's digital age. We rely heavily on the convenience of texting, emailing, Snapchatting, Twitter, and other social medias. Although these are important and have revolutionized how we communicate, like Yang has said, it's the way of the future, face-to-face communication shouldn't be any less important. Digital communication is not as personal, and there can be lots of miscommunications or misunderstandings depending upon how a person interprets what you send them. With face-to-face communication, there are many nonverbal cues you end up missing when you use digital media. You can gauge a lot on body language alone. For example, you can tell if somebody's interested in what you're saying. If not, you can adjust how you're saying it or your body language to help them be more interested. Facial expressions also tell a lot, unless you're an awesome poker player and you have a great poker face, of course. I can tell when someone just isn't understanding what I am saying, whether they're happy or sad, or they're mad, um, just by looking at their face and their body language. When communicating with someone face to face, you can you influence their reactions just like their body reactions influence yours. Hand gestures and facial expressions, whether you're standing with your arms across your chest, or your hands down at your side, or you have a frown, or you're smiling, you can just tell a whole lot by just looking at that person and seeing how their day is going or how they feel. Um, Face-to-face is also a little bit more effective for some people who have harder times with written communication. Sometimes I know I have a hard time writing down how I feel or saying something in words. It's easier for me to just tell somebody face to face versus an email or text. I feel like I'm being too impersonable, and that I don't feel like that I'm not appreciating their time. Um, you can also build a stronger relationship with somebody, I feel, when you're face to face, just because, like I said before, you have that human interaction. You don't have the computer or smartphone or anything in between the two of you when you're talking, or three or four, however many people you're talking to. Like I said, now with the digital age, um, you make people feel more important when you're talking with them face to face. And it's also easier, I feel, to get somebody's attention or hold their attention. I also think it's a little bit harder to lie to somebody when you're face to face versus when texting or using another social media. For example, when I receive an invite via Facebook, I usually kind of ignore it, not intentionally, but I just kind of forget about it because your life's busy. It pops up, you look at it, and oh, okay. When you're face to face with somebody, it's hard to say. I actually kind of remember it for some reason. I remember what we've talked about. I remember how like excited they were if I was becoming or not, things like that. That's why I prefer face to face. It, Again, it just depends upon the people and the person that you are, but I think we should not lose the face to face communication, um, even though the world is going towards a more digital or social media. Um, I hope you've learned a little bit more about the important ways of communicating with one another. To me, the most important thing that you should always remember before you say something, send a text message, an email, or post something on Facebook or Twitter, how will another person interpret what you're saying? You may mean something completely different, and somebody else can take it the wrong way. So always keep that in mind.